Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is your favorite show, Daily Calls, a show that addresses all your stock-related queries and top market experts advise you on all the questions that you ask on your portfolio and fresh stocks on your radar as well. In case you're watching the show for the first time, well, the WhatsApp number is flashing on your screen, so don't forget to send in your questions right here. And also don't forget to mention your name, your location and your contact details. Show. Well, you can also use the comment section on the YouTube platform where you're watching our show live on and send me your questions there, and we can also pick up some questions and address it from those platforms as well. Now, let me introduce to you our top guest on the show. With us today is Mr. Rudra Murthy. He's the research head of Vachna Investments. Warm welcome to you, Rudra, and good to have you with us yet again on another edition of Daily Calls. Already a slew of questions that are pouring in for you, but I want to first start off with the comment on the markets particularly, because it's the last series of 2024 that we have begun today, and of course it's a tale of two halves that we have seen, particularly in the markets for this entire calendar year. The second half being more volatile than the first half particularly. How are you really looking at the setup? There are a lot of macros, geopolitical tensions, global cues, domestic earnings, consumption slowdown that we have to really navigate through. How do you think the last series of 2024 will pan out for the markets?
Good afternoon, Sakshi. Thanks for having me in the show. And Sakshi, I was lucky enough last week when I was saying I am bullish for short term. This market will go to 24,000 to 24,200. But at that point of time, it was very easy because markets were highly oversold. A bounce was very much imminent. And yes, from those oversold zones, we just saw in 2 days a 1,000 point kind of a rally in Nifty. And at that point of time, yes, I never expected Maharashtra will be a clean sweep for BJP and their allies. But then all these events came up, and then you saw this kind of a 1,000 point move on Nifty. And I was so clear telling you at 23,200, 300 zone that yes, 24,000 will come, and 24,000 to 24,200 is what I was looking for. But now a lot of other data has also come in market from that point. That is for last one on Nifty is a very strong support, and for me that will be the make or break level. And I'm talking not for intraday trading but for a positional kind of a trader or a swing trader. You have to keep in mind that I will buy every dip till 23,800 now holds. In fact, the level is 23,800 to 850, and every dip to levels closer to 24,000, I will be a buyer keeping a stop loss of 23,800. So I'm hardly taking 1% stop loss, which is about 150, 200 point for a positional trader. I am bullish because if you see FIIs who were continuously selling for last 38 trading sessions kind of a sale, post that 2 trading session you saw buying. No doubt yesterday was a expiry day and you saw monthly expiry and lot of FII selling again yesterday, and you also had that Ukraine energy unit getting bombed, and the whole part of that Israel and that whole story, whatever geopolitical tension unveiled because of that geopolitical tension yesterday and expiry market being so volatile, and that was because of expiry factors yesterday. And let me tell you very clearly, Sakshi, market is the biggest teacher and we can never predict market. We have to only follow market, and you have to have your themes clear, stocks clear, and your view also very clear. When you are wrong, accept the stop loss with proper risk management and get lost. I always say never argue with market, never fight with market, and the same always holds good with your. You should always adjust with market, argue with market and wife. Both are very difficult to predict. Now, when it comes to bank Nifty level, I will tell you bank Nifty is relatively better than Nifty and definitely doing much better. And if you give me an option to go long, I will rather prefer bank Nifty over Nifty because number one, if you see bank Nifty never broke 200-day average at all when Nifty broke the 200-day moving average. Second point, look at HDFC Bank. It is now trading above those 1,790, 1,800 zone. And in fact, in your show, I was telling stick to large cap, buy HDFC Bank, and it was at 1,700, 710 1 week back when you had much more better opportunity. And right now for me, yes, HDFC Bank at around 1790 at current market price looks a very good buy. And Reliance at around 1200 level is a mouth watering buy. At current market price, if you want to buy, keep in mind that you will not buy everything at one shot or one go. Staggered buying is what I suggest in Reliance. At current market price, you buy 20-30% of your quantity. Let us say you want to buy 100 share, buy 20 shares now. At 1270, 1250, if you get it, buy another 20-30 share. And at 1200 levels or closer to that, buy another 50 share. So if you want to buy 100 share, stack 20% at current market price, any 20-30 rupee kind of a dip, buy another 30%, and eventually closer to 1200 you can add more. But for me, yes, it will be HDFC Bank, it will be Reliance, it will be ICICI, it will be SBI. I will stick to only private banks and public bank, and on these private and public bank, be with large cap. And I've given you the names. Two private names will be HDFC Bank and ICICI Bank, and in public sector the names will be, yes, you can look at it can be either Bank of Baroda, Canara Bank, or even PNB. So for me, yes, it will be banks which will outperform, and these names will ensure Bank Nifty will outperform Nifty. Stay with large cap, don't move to small cap. Be very clear in your sector and in your stock. And I'm very clear, both private bank, public bank will do good, and I've given you names. You can also pick from IT sector for 1 to 2 year kind of a horizon. Look at Wipro, look at Tech Mahindra, look at Persistent System, look at HCL Technology. These are all stocks which will do good. Even Infi and TCS. But if it is 1 to 2 year kind of a time frame, IT will do very, very good from here. And today, the move has started in pharma. So pharma will be another sector which I like a lot for next 1 to 2 year. And names, again, I will be sticking to Dr. Reddy, Divi's Lab. And if you want to go to midcap, yes, lot of opportunities available in pharma midcap. You might look at stocks like, let us say, Laurus Lab, look at even Granules, look at even stocks like Lupin. So for me, these are all stocks which will do very, very good. Be very clear. Buy every dip to 24,000 levels on market, buy even at current market price, and have a stop loss of 23,800, which is 1%. And this is for positional trading. Sectors, stocks, relatively Bank Nifty will do better than Nifty, and levels, everything has been crystal clearly given in your Sakshi.
Absolutely. We'll start taking all the questions from our viewers now, Rudra. We already have our first caller with us. Kalpesh Patel from Mumbai is with us on the phone line. Kalpesh ji, namaskar. कैसे हैं आप?
नमस्कार मैम, मैं एकदम बढ़िया हूँ। आप कैसे हो?
मैं ठीक हूँ। पूछिए अपना सवाल।
मैम आज की जो गेस्ट है वो काफी बुलिश है सभी सेक्टर में, पर मैंने अदानी एंटरप्राइज शॉर्ट सेल किया हुआ है एट 2400 और अदानी ग्रीन शॉर्ट सेल किया हुआ है 1200। तो मेरा अदानी ग्रीन का टारगेट है 800 और एंटरप्राइज का टारगेट 1600 पकड़ के चल रहा हूँ। तो कब तक पॉसिबल है?
Okay.
Right,
absolutely. We'll get a view from Rudra right here. Rudra, we have this caller who has short sold December expiry Adani Enterprises and Adani Green in the hope that these two stock for December expiry. What is your own sense? At least in the last 3 days, we've seen sharp bounce back and rebound of sorts in these Adani Group stocks after clarification has come in from the group itself, as well as on the corruption charges that have been wrongly put on Gautam Adani, at least in 2 of the counts right there, which has spurred confidence in retail investors yet again within the Adani Group. What would your suggestion be?
Sakshi, great question, and everyone wants to know about Adani Group of stocks, whether they hold it or not. And let me give you my very crystal clear view on Adani Group of stock. Number one, because of valuation as a concern, I will not buy Adani Group of stocks into my portfolio at all. It is a trading stock. You can go both long and short if you are smart enough, and you can make money. But for an investment, for a next 5-year kind of a stock in my portfolio, I may not buy any Adani Group of stocks as of now. But if you force me on valuation, I have comfort in Adani Port, number one, and number two will be Adani Enterprises. So these are the two stocks which are relatively better on valuation compared to other Adani Group of stocks. And if I have to buy, I will only buy these two, or else for investment and for my portfolio, definitely no for other Adani Group of stocks. Now, getting back to the question where he has gone short on Adani stock, Again, let me tell you, if I have to vouch one promoter who is more stronger than steel, it has to be Adani. After even the saga of Hindenburg report, what you have seen, still he has grown much stronger. If you ask which is the largest port and what is done in India, Adani port. You ask again largest in terms of cement, power, any other sectors you go in, the names will be Adani, Adani, Adani.
Right.
Now, he is not happy to be just the largest in India. He wants to be the largest in the world. And this kind of an attitude from a promoter is very positive for country as well as for the group of stocks. And that is the main reason why these stocks are trading at rich valuation. And whether it is Heidenberg report or whether it is the current things what you have seen from US market in terms of indictment and all that stuff, nothing will happen to, and he will come out. I don't know whether he will pay fines for it or he will argue the case through lawyers. I don't have the solution on the way, but I know the result that yes, he will come out. And I also know that is because of the steel heart and mind, what powerful he has. And as an entrepreneur, I want to learn from him. And every these kinds of difficulties are only making Adani Group much strong valuation comfort. I would have gone and bought left, right, and center. But then, yes, Adani Port and Adani Enterprises are two stocks which I will prefer if I have to buy. And very clearly, let me tell you, these are not the times to short Adani group of stock here. And if you have short position, my sincere advice is just cut that position as soon as possible. Neither Soros nor Rahul Gandhi nor the entire group what is against Adani can win over, because for me, one lion is more powerful than 1,000 donkeys.
Okay, got that. So there you have it, a bullish take on the Adani Group as a whole and the long-term prospects that continue. We have another caller with us, Rudra. This is Priyanshu from Dwarka in Delhi. Hi, Priyanshu. Good afternoon. What's the question? Well, how are you?
Bus fine, madam. I have Ratan India Power.
Okay.
Sold 30,000 shares at 3.30 price level.
Okay. And do you have a
So,
long-term view on this one?
yes, up to 5 years.
Up to 5 years. Okay, good to know that you are sitting on massive profits here, because you entered at a very attractive price point of around 3.5 rupees. Right now, the stock is hovering around 13 odd levels. We do know, Rudra, how this was one of the traders' favorite stocks in this year for some part, you know, about 3-4 months odd or so. Every day we would have bullish calls also from investors as well as traders would ask their questions on Ratan India Power. What is the sense that you are getting now after recent correction has actually played out over the last 1 month, where the stock had nothing to do in the last 6 months? It's also seen some kind of a 20% drop from its high levels as well. How would you see this one?
Sakshi, very clear view. Number one, have a stop loss at 11 rupees on this stock on a closing basis. If the
Okay.
stock closes below 11 rupee, not intraday, I'm talking closing. If it closes below 11 rupee on intraday, if I have positions in Ratan India, I will exit, not to hold if it closes below 11, or else continue holding the stock. Number one. Number two, these kinds of stock, whether it is Ratan India, Suzlon, these kinds of stocks, you should not own more than 10% of your total portfolio. That means if my total portfolio value is about 10 lakhs, then
Okay.
I can have maximum 1 lakh worth of my investment in these kinds of stock. The only big mistake people do is they think these are stocks available at 10 rupee, 12 rupee, 15 rupee. So they are low priced stock. Let me buy these stocks, and the entire portfolio, if they have 1 lakh, full 1 lakh, they will put in these type of stocks where 100% of their portfolio is in one stock. This is the biggest mistake you can ever do. So if you want to have Ratan India, have it. It should not exceed portfolio.
Okay.
Keep 7
Okay.
rupee closing basis stop loss and you can hold on to Ratan India.
Got that. I hope, Priyanshu, this has answered your question. Anuj Singh has written a question. He wants to know on PG Electroplast. Now, he already holds this share at the rate of 717. He wants to know you, Rudra.
Yes, so for me, if I see the chart pattern, superb chart pattern, stock is non-stop moving it in an uptrend, and very recently also it has broken out of that consolidation which it made, and above 700 price is a breakout for me on PG Electroplast. It is blasting, hold the stock. Now might be the stop loss for this stock is about 10-15% below, somewhere closer to 600, 610 have a stop loss and continue holding the stock. I won't be surprised to see a 4 digit on PG Electroplast very soon.
Okay, got it. Next, let's take a caller's query now. We have Vinod Kumar on the phone line from Hyderabad. Vinod, hi, good afternoon. What's the question that you have?
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
So my question is regarding Techno Electric.
Okay,
So I
Techno
hold like
Electric.
20 shares at, yeah, I hold like 20 shares at 1220 rupees.
Okay,
So can I average it like pyramiding now? So is it
all
right
right,
time? That is one.
all
And
right.
next thing is like CG Power Industries.
Okay.
Know whether these two are
Okay, got it. So
for
Rudra is
2 to 3
here
years.
with us. Let's see what he has to say. One stock is Techno Electric, which is trading at 1475, above the price or the purchase price of 1220 that our caller has. And the other one is CG Power, which he has bought at 660. Both these stocks he wants whether these are long-term fundamentally strong stocks to be held on to the portfolio, and when is the right time to continue to average these stocks. They are both above the prices that he has bought.
Excellent. So first of all, on Techno Electric, I want him to make note of the level what I'm telling. 1350 will be the stop loss for this stock again on a closing basis because he's an investor. So 1350 should be the stop loss and hold on to Techno Electric and add on to this stock at current market price and on dips to levels closer to 1400, 1410. It is a good stock to have in your portfolio. Buy on dips to 1400 to 1410. Have a stop loss on closing basis at 1350 and continue holding this stock. It's a very, very good stock to have in your portfolio. But when it comes to CG Power, yes, it was a great turnaround story, and people who really bought it lower made hell lot of money in CG Power. But then at current market price, I'm not sure whether you have that kind of a comfort what you had in price before. But then
Right.
yes, if you want to hold on, hold on. But now the stop loss for this stock will be at 640, 640, and you want to buy this stock as of now, I may not suggest. Hold on to what you have with a stop loss of 640.
Okay, got that. So that's the view that's coming in. I hope this has answered your question, Vinod. Next, we have a question. This is coming in from Ashwin Balaji. He wants to know, is it a good time to accumulate Geofinance? What would your suggestion be? You have discussed this stock many times on the channel also before, Rudra. What's the fresh view that you're getting, especially with these new rules of FNO now coming in, these stocks now getting included in the FNO segment as well? What would you suggest?
Definitely, yes. Current market price, it is just giving a clear breakout also after a long consolidation now. And a very short term breakout is happening above these levels of 328.29. So any close above 330 on this, confirming that yes, with volumes you have even that support, which I feel it will break that 330. And this stock can go back to levels closer to that immediate highs of around 360, 365. And if it can sustain above those levels of 365, it will go back and attempt the all-time high levels which it has portfolio. And for short-term trading, if you are looking for a momentum or for an F&O trade, wait for 330 to cross, and then once 330 crosses, you can look for 360 as an initial target and keep a stop loss at around 325. Momentum will start once it breaks 330.
Okay. Yati says, hi Rudra sir, could you please help us with a view on Wipro and on Federal Bank for December series? Both these stocks have been on your recommended list also in our previous shows as well, Rudra. How would you really look at both these stocks right now, Wipro and Federal Bank?
Sakshi, very important. On IT, I don't have a shorter term view. If it is 1 to 2 year, hold on to IT.
Yes.
You will make money on all these stocks. And always, I want to tell people are very, very smart. They will buy 2 stocks out of 10 stocks you recommend, and they say, do 2 stocks are recommended by you, but they will not buy the other 8 stocks. So
Yes.
they they choose what they want to buy also. I always said, forget trading, forget investing. In any field in this world to succeed, you have to take responsibility. And I suggest you something today, tomorrow I might change my view, but I may not be in your show. People have to understand stop losses are important. There is
Yes.
no God in stock market. So that means anyone can go wrong anytime in market, but overall you have to make money. I don't want to be right 10 out of 10 times. Even if I'm right 6 out of 10 times, 3 out of 10 times, overall I can make money when you run your profits and cut your losses. People always do opposite, especially retail trader. They cut
Yeah.
their profits very soon and they keep running their losses with hope. Someone asked me how to make money even though you are right only 20% of the times. I said it is possible when you run your profits and cut your losses, and you will lose money even if you are right 90% of the times. You will lose money if you cut your profits and run your losses. What is the use of and you 10 profitable trade, and in all 10 profitable trades each trade you made 1,000 rupees, so 1,000
Yeah.
rupees 10 profitable trade you made 10,000, and in one single trade you lost 1 lakh. Accuracy is 90%. End of the day you have not made money. So for me, making money overall is important. No one can make money on every trade and can be right 100% in market. But yes, if you want to buy IT, I am very clear it should be a 1 to 2 year kind of a horizon. So keep in mind the time horizons, whatever I am telling. But Federal Bank for very short term also looks very, very attractive. If you ask me one mid cap banking stock I have to buy, I will be recommending Federal Bank. Even at current market price of 210, yes, stock can do very good. I am looking for targets of 235, 250 to come on Federal Bank. Available in F&O also. So any dip or even at current market price, it's a good buy. Buy it till you get any of these current price or even dips. Keep a stop loss of about 195 on Federal Bank. 235, 250 is the target what I'm seeing on Federal Bank to come. And it's a really good stock for short term. But IT, whether Wipro, Tech Mahindra, all that, you have to have a longer time horizon if you want to pick up IT.
Okay, got it. Let's take the next question. This is from one of our callers with us from Indore. Lavish has dialed in. Hi, Lavish. I believe you're a big fan of Rudra.
Yes, ma'am. I'm a huge fan of Rudra, sir, and really from the bottom of my heart, I am thankful to him as the way he encourages the investor. It's really mind blowing, ma'am. Really, thank you,
Wonderful.
Rudra, sir. Thank you. I have two queries. First of all, I purchased yesterday 400 TD power share at the rate of 455, and I with a 1 year view. And second one is, sir, I stuck in Barbecue Nation at 500 share at the rate of 666, and I bought more. I want to average it here. So please suggest me, sir.
Okay,
Clear
well,
answer, Sakshi. TD
yes.
Power looks very, very good for me. Keep a stop loss of 400 on closing basis. And I will definitely suggest one to have TD Power in their portfolio. Good stock, fundamentally good, on chart looking good. Keep a stop loss of 400 rupee on closing basis and hold on to TD Power. Now, when it comes to Barbecue Nation, I don't track that stock very closely. But just a view, if I have to just look at chart and then give you a view on Barbecue Nation. This stock, no doubt, without volumes also, it has just been falling from those levels of 700. I don't track this stock closely. I cannot just tell you what is the fundamental reason for the same.
Okay.
6,000 plus stocks very difficult to track on a daily basis. But then I can tell you these are not the levels to exit if you have, because it is coming to those strong support areas of around 480, 470 levels. So if you want to average this stock and if you have a longer time horizon, yes, keep a stop loss of 450, buy it at current market price, and if you get any dips to levels closer to 470, 480, but the stock is in a downward trend. You
Okay.
have to have a longer time frame for this stock, and I won't suggest to buy Barbecue for a short term trading kind of a position. If you have a longer time horizon and you want to hold it for next 3 year, 5 year, and you want to buy it at current market price, do that. Keep a stop loss of 450 on a closing basis. But TD Power is much better compared to Barbecue in terms of chart pattern.
Okay, got that. I hope this has answered your question. From Hyderabad, we have now Shanmukha on the phone line with us. Hi, Shanmukha. How are you?
I am fine. So I
Ask
want
your
to
question, please.
I want to enter the stock, Reliance, ITC, and Mahindra and Mahindra.
Okay, got it. We'll ask Rudra which of the three he is positive on right now, and I believe that you have a long-term horizon on these stocks. Reliance Industries, ITC and M&M. Which are the charts that are looking strongest to you at this current point in time? Where should one enter, or all the three is something that one should be spreading their money across?
Simple single line answer, all three looks good. Reliance at current market price and on dips to 1200 makes sense.
Okay.
ITC and even M&M. M&M will be my top stock from auto sector if I have to buy. And even from FMCG, ITC looks good. All three green tick. But if you want me to prioritize and make it in an order, I will first pick M&M, second ITC, third will be Reliance. If Reliance was at 1200, then I would have picked Reliance as the top pick.
Okay, got that. We'll take just one last question with you, Rudra. And this is from Namita Aurora. She's written in, hello Sakshi, how are you doing? जब से आपसे इस शो पर एक बार दिन में बात ना हो तब तक अच्छा ही नहीं लगता है. Well, Namita, thank you so much for writing in. I'm glad that you are making daily calls a part of your daily life as well. And it's always our pleasure to get you to speak to top market masters so that you continue to remain in the right direction when it comes to your investment journey. She wants to know from you, Rudra, what is your view on Medi Assist? Is that a stock that you track, and would you be able to advise Namita on that? Medi Assist?
Sakshi, this stock, whatever you are asking for, I have to only look at charts and tell you because
Yes.
I don't have any fundamental view on the stock. I definitely don't track this stock. It is Medi Assist. So I'm just putting it right now on
It's
screen.
trading at 583 odd levels right now. Today, there's a 1% kind of a softness. It's been choppy since morning trade.
Yeah, so I will tell her if you are holding this stock right now, yes, you can hold on. Keep a stop loss of around 540. I repeat, on a closing basis, 540 should be the stop loss, and you can hold this stock. Right now, the chart pattern suggests that it is a stock which is consolidating, and the broad range for this stock is around 500 on the lower side, and on the higher side, it is at around 690, 700. So between 500 to 700, the stock is consolidating, and it is in between somewhere at around 580, 600 now. So keep a stop loss on a closing basis, as I told you, closer to that levels of around 540, 535, and hold on to the stock. It will take time. It has to come out of this consolidation range to find any momentum. But right now, it is in the tight range of 500 to 700.
Okay, got that. Well, on that note, we'll thank you, Rudra, for being with us on this very special edition. And thank you for sharing those wise words of wisdom with all our viewers. You already have got spoken to a lot of your fans right here who are delighted to get connected on daily calls with you. So we continue to hope that you will be a constant on the show and you will continue to guide all the viewers of Business Today. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sakshi. My pleasure.
All right, viewers, what we'll do is we'll take the rest of your questions with another special guest who's now joining with us on the show. We have with us Mr. G. Chokalingam, the founder and the MD of Economics Research, now joining in. Warm welcome to you, Mr. Chokalingam. Good to have you with us. Well, a slew of questions coming in, but let me just take one quick word from you. How are you really looking at the market setup right now? You know, we were hoping that at least a large part of correction is over, but with yesterday's fall, again, some fears came back. But today, again, it's turning out to be a Friday. So volatility is on the rise. What is the sense that you have in the markets?
Yes, I am negative on Sensex and Nifty, but I
Okay.
am extremely positive on small and mid caps. That is
Okay.
basically based on, bank on domestic demand, bank on domestic investors, which will push the small and mid cap further. And the recent 40 lakh crore correction in the overall market cap created enormous opportunities in the small and mid cap. So I may be wrong,
Okay.
but I am overly bullish on small and mid caps.
Okay. Got it. All right. We have a lot of questions that are coming in, so we'll take as many as we can today. We have a caller with us, Darshan, who's with us on the phone line. Hi, Darshan. Good afternoon.
Hi, Sakshi. Good afternoon.
Hi. Tell
So,
me.
yeah, my question was, I have entered Ramco Cement
Okay.
on futures at 926.
Mm-hmm.
So what should be the target, and Stop loss, I have entered for December future.
Okay, so we have a fundamental guest with us now. And so we'll be able to get you a long-term view on this one, but I'll any which ways put across your question to Mr. Chokalingam. Mr. Chokalingam, Ramco Cements bought for just 1 month, that's the December series, and bought at a price of 926. Any targets that you could suggest? It's 3% higher in trade today, so there is some momentum that's building on. Do you think it's a good one to hold for the short term?
Oh, I'm in the market for 35 years, but I have not done a single trade in F&O.
Yeah.
So I am not the right person, but it's a great management. It's a quality cement player, no doubt. Long term will be good, but short term it might correct again, at least 5-10% because cement industry is not doing that well. Although the industry has proposed to increase the prices, it's still a long way to go, in making them highly profitable. So short term sell, but for long term beyond 1 year, it's a hold.
Okay, got that. Next we have Avinash writing in. He said Pharma, which I've bought at the level of 215. Now I want to add more Pharma. Can I do that at the current levels? And what is a long-term price target that you can suggest on this one? Piramal Pharma at 263 currently. Today it's shot up 7.5% because the entire pharma space is in thick buzz.
Yeah, it's a good company, no doubt, but the valuation already reflects in the price to a large extent. There may be 5-10% upside potential in Piramal Pharma, but I would prefer a domestic player like FDC Limited, which can create more alpha than Piramal Pharma.
Okay. Next, we have a question from Venkat D. He is from Hyderabad. He says, hi Chokalingam sir, I have Ujjivan Small Finance Bank at 42 rupees. I have 240 shares. Yesterday it showed a good momentum. So is it advisable to hold on? I have a 2-year view on Ujjivan Small.
I would suggest within banking space, either one can go for bank like HDFC Bank,
Okay.
or Bank of Maharashtra or Karnataka Bank. These are the 3 stocks, covering public sector and large private sector bank. Why I'm negative on Ujjivan is that now the lending space is crowded and the lending growth rate also has come down, particularly microfinance, small finance, you have too many players. So I don't give this kind of valuation and I would not touch most of the small and, small finance banks.
Okay, got it. Next, we have a question coming in from Mr. Chandrahas. He says, I have 2 stocks. One is Bharti Airtel and the other one is Union Bank of India. What is your long-term view on both these stocks? Any suggestions on them? Bharti Airtel, a leader in the pack in the telecom space, probably the monopoly player right now that everybody really looks at clearly. Well, 4.8% higher. It's a strong surge in trade today. And the other one is Union Bank of India from the PSU banking space.
Both are good to hold. After recent correction, most of the PSU banks also looks a little attractive, and Bharti Airtel is going to be a growth story. But in relative terms, if one has to make more money because FIs are selling and Bharti Airtel has given more than 90% return in about a year's time, I would suggest shifting to from Bharti Airtel to small and mid cap. Of course, if LG Balakrishna, provided the investor has risk appetite. Otherwise, something like ITC or Britannia would be far superior to Bharti Airtel. Britannia, today the news is that palm oil prices started correcting. So Britannia top line is growing, whereas input cost created a problem in the last quarter. So Britannia is likely to be likely to do much better than Bharti Airtel.
Okay. We have another question coming in from Jaya Rami Reddy and he wants to know on 2 stocks, but both of these are penny stocks. Mr. Chokalingam, I don't know if you track them, but I'd like you to give him an overall suggestion. One is Vikas Ecotech. The stock is currently trading at around 8 rupees odd or so, and the other one is at Vikas Life Care, which is at 8 rupees. So the first one is at 3 rupees currently, 3.5 rupees odd or so, and Vikas Life is trading at 8 rupees odd or so. Now he has bought both these stocks and around 15,000 stocks each. Any suggestion that you would give? So these are very, very penny stocks. I do not know if there is any liquidity also, volume push at all. And what are the fundamentals for these two companies? Even I haven't tracked these stocks at all. But Mr. Choklingam, would you be able to guide?
I never invested in penny stocks. I never recommended penny stocks. If at all I have a lot of temptation, I go to casino and play roulette game instead of buying or recommending.
Momita from Kolkata joins us on the phone line. Let's take her question. Hi, Momita. Good afternoon. How are you?
Hi Sakshi, all well. Hope you are good too.
Very well. Thank you. Tell me.
Sakshi, I wanted an opinion on Argocap. I've been holding this stock since June and I purchased it at 269 average price. But yeah, I've been on some loss. So I don't know what to do after this. Just wanted an opinion on it.
Sure. Holding on from last 6 months, Mr. Choklingam, Agro Capital, this is one stock which is right now at 244. She bought it at around 269 odd levels. And the stock, in case we look in the last 1 month, has actually been very flat. In the last 6 months, it's dropped by 8 odd %. Year to date also, there's a 10% drop. It's been extremely patchy and choppy trade for this one as well. Any suggestion that you'd like to part on Agro Capital? Is it best to switch money or continue to hold on with patience on this one?
I'm sorry, I never tracked this company. I have not looked at the fundamentals at all. So therefore, I am not able to give any suggestion.
Would you be able to suggest any other stock, if Momita has to switch, where exactly can she put her money? Because she's facing losses right now. If she looks at looking at some other stock, where can she put her money afresh?
Definitely, one can consider, stock like if it is a banking and financial space, one can consider, apart from those I have mentioned, one can look at Poonawalla. Yes, there seems to be, volatility with the downward bias, but this can be an opportunity. We have a coverage on Poonawalla. So on any further declines, one can build it because ex-HDFC man has joined and this company is doing extremely well. And I would suggest that, accumulate on declines.
Okay. Ramesh says, hi Sakshi, are there any thoughts on the fundamental of Harshil Agrotech? Another stock which is just at 10 rupees 99 paisa today. So a small ticket stock, but look at the charts. It will surprise you. In the last 6 months, the stock has given 591% kind of return. So it's definitely a penny stock, must have been a 1-2 rupee stock, which from May onwards has actually been on a one-way rally. But from November 12th onwards, it's also been declining from about 13-14 odd levels to about 10 rupees. Ramesh hasn't mentioned if he holds the stock already. Well, if you are holding the stock, Ramesh, great, you would have made a lot of money in this penny stock. You should always protect your capital in such penny stocks in case you actually get very lucky. Book your profits and actually look at some fundamentally good stocks now. And in case you have not invested in it thus far, let's ask Mr. Choklingam if it is a stock that he tracks at all. Harshil Agrotech for you. Do you track this penny stock, sir?
No, sorry, I really don't track it.
Okay, got that. So, Ramesh, unfortunately, our guest does not track it. But like I pointed out, in case you've been holding on to this stock, please go ahead and book your profits. That's the best advice that any fundamental expert will give you, because you've seen best of the rally unfold, 600% kind of a return in just the last 6 months, which is a rarity. Put that money in good stocks right now, especially at a time when the markets are extremely volatile. Okay, let's take the next question then. We have a question coming in from Ankur Modi. He says, hi Sakshi, for long term as many launches are coming in? That's a good question, Ankur. You do see that Ola Electric has been in thick momentum in the last 2 days. Today again there's a 5% drop, however, but we did see that 20% circuit right when the 3 launches were announced. Mr. Choklingam, do you have any view on Ola Electric? Do you see things improving for this one in the long term?
I'm slightly negative because, the EV industry is getting crowded. And, if one has to enter Ola, what I would suggest is that at least see that the company top line grows, 25-30% on year-on-year basis. And also there is a very substantial improvement in the margin. So therefore, I would suggest wait till December results. And in case the company shows any significant improvement on both parameters, then one can consider accumulating the stock.
Okay, got that. So I hope this has answered your question. Next, we have a question. This is from Vinod Chaudhary. He says, good afternoon. Thank you so much for launching this show for us retail investors. Thanks a lot, Vinod, for writing that in. His question is regarding Shankara Building Products. He has 50 shares at the rate of 710 on Shankara Building Products, and his view is of about 2 years from now. What is the view that you would like to share here, sir? Today it's at 663 odd levels. In the last 5 days it's been on an upward momentum. Last 1 month also it's shot up about 37% odd or so. Last 6 months, however, it's been absolutely flat, and even on a year to date basis. Do you track this one, sir?
I don't track, but I just now looked at the fundamentals.
Okay.
Yes, one can hold on if it improves 5 to 8%. Then it's fair to sell the stock.
Okay, got that. Next, we have Avdesh Thakur writing in. He says IFCI he has bought at the rate of 64, and he wants to know on a medium term level what should he do on IFCI. Today it's at 63, so somewhere around is where he has bought about 100 shares. Anything that you'd like to suggest from the 6 months perspective, sir?
6 months, I would strongly recommend on the basis of my research Bank of Maharashtra over IFCI.
Okay, got that. Next, we have Swati writing in. She says on TTML, that's Tata Tele, she has the shares at 82 odd levels. Can she hold on, or should she book profit? What is your view? In the last few days, we've seen some bounce returns on some of these telecom names like Tata Tele, Vodafone, Tejas, Indus as well. What is your sense on Tata Tele particularly?
I've been tracking it for last 5 years. There is no improvement in the bottom line, making huge losses. So it is very difficult to take any fundamental, recommendation. So
Okay.
one should go only by, their own speculation and intuition. Fundamentally, it is not worth holding or worth buying.
Got it. We have a caller with us now. Nand Kumar from Coimbatore is with us on the phone line. Hi, Mr. Nand Kumar. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Good afternoon, Sakshi.
Good afternoon.
To my favorite analyst, Lokalingam. I observed that all of you all are wearing white shirts today.
Yes.
Mr. Rudra was wearing. Okay. That's an observation. My question is on GMR, Infra and Power. And this shares, I got it from actually GMR Airport. And I want to know whether this is feature of the share is based on GMR's airport, business condition, or it can independently go on. I want to know on the GMR group.
Okay. He has a question on the entire GMR group and on several stocks within this space, Mr. Choklingam. GMR Power, GMR Airports Infra. What is the entire view that you would have on such stocks for the long term? And do they have inherent strength to continue growing as independent entities?
I looked at only GMR Power and Urban Infra.
Okay.
You look at different parts of the business, definitely use some amount of good confidence in the stock. So there is a little risk, but the land bank story and other business parts play out well. The stock can give even 30-50% upside, but it has got in terms of my research analysis some 10% downside risk, but then it's quite possible to give even 30-50% upside if they're able to successfully turn around businesses and unlock value from the land bank.
Okay, got that. Let's take the next question now. We have a question coming in from one of our viewers. She's Gunjan, and she wants to know on Power Grid or NCC. Both these stocks she holds in her portfolio, Mr. Choklingam, and she wants to know whether she should average any of these stocks right now. Power Grid, she bought at 338. NCC, she bought at 320.
Power Grid one can hold, and I haven't tracked NCC. I'm sorry about it.
Okay. Next, we have a caller with us. We'll take this last question with you, sir, on the show. This is Sushant with us on the phone line. Hi, Sushant. Good afternoon. Where are you calling from?
I am from Nashik city.
Okay.
I'm based out of Nashik city, and I have a question. I have a Zygle prepaid ocean services with me at the average price of 230 rupees. And I have 700 quantities. So should I hold it for the long time, or what should I do?
Okay, got that. Any view, Mr. Chokalingam, that you would like to highlight?
Which company name? I couldn't hear.
Okay, so he has Zaggle Prepaid as a stock, which was a recently listed stock, Zaggle Prepaid.
I'm sorry, I haven't tracked this company.
Okay, Zaggle Prepaid Ocean Services is a software company that had recently listed as well, and right now it's trading at 506 odd levels. If we look at the last 1 month chart, it's moved up about 15 odd percent, and in fact from its listing period odd or so, it's actually done pretty well as well right now. In the last 6 months or so, it's gone up about 77%. But unfortunately, Sushant, our guest does not track it, so we won't be able to give you an advice today. Maybe you could come back on Monday and we will get it addressed from one of our other guests also who come on the channel. Let's in fact take another stock then with you, Mr. Chokalingam, just to end this show with, and we'll take one last question. This is from Arihant Pavpant, and he wants to know on Udaipur Cement or Star Cement. Any of these stocks that you prefer at the current levels? He's holding both these stocks, and anywhere that you'd like to advise an average. Udaipur Cement bought at 32 levels and Star Cement at 215.
Yes, I looked at their enterprise value and bottom line. If somebody wants to buy a cement company in small mid-cap space, we have recommended KCP. It's a cash-rich company. It has got 43 lakh ton of cement. It has got a most profitable sugar business in Vietnam. This one stock I like most among all small and mid-sized cement companies.
Okay, so there you have it, a preferred cement stock right there that Mr. Chokalingam has highlighted for all of you viewers. Well, thank you so much, sir, for being with us on the show and guiding our viewers through their queries. With that of daily calls, but we'll be back on Monday with another edition. In case you have some unanswered questions that we could not take up today, do send in to us. On Monday we will like to take up all of those questions again, so note down. Even on the weekend you can continue to send in, which we can collate as questions and put across to our guests on Monday. Thank you so much. I hope you have a fantastic weekend ahead, viewers.
As winter sets in, dense fog often blankets